So today I am going to go ahead and make for you my go-to for breakfast, my tofu scramble. Now this recipe is super simple and is great for those of us who are on a budget. As I may have mentioned before, I am currently not working. I just moved from Michigan to Chicago and I don't have a lot of money to work with. All I have is what I managed to save to get my butt here. Super easy ingredients, really affordable to make. Honestly, you can add anything that you want to a tofu scramble. It's pretty great. It pretty much works with everything. And I will preface this with saying it took some experimentation on my part. In the beginning, I was very torn about what to eat for breakfast. I love breakfast. It is my favorite meal of the day. I used to love sausage and eggs and all of it. Like, that was my favorite thing in the world, was breakfast. To this day, I've managed to maintain breakfast as my favorite meal of the day, thanks to a good amount of restaurants offering vegan options, and also because of the fact that I finally figured out what I really love in a tofu scramble. I figured that since some people are trying out veganuary, I would go ahead and show what I found is a super simple recipe, easy to make, really cost friendly for those of us who don't want to spend an arm and a leg on groceries. This is my tofu scramble, quick, easy recipe. Alright, so the ingredients you're going to need are, of course, tofu. I generally use extra firm, but this is what I found the other day at the store. I go ahead and follow a recommendation from a chef. He said to freeze and thaw the tofu twice prior to using. Since I started doing that, it's made a huge difference with how my tofu is held up while I'm, preparing it, getting the water out, all that stuff. Definitely recommend doing that with your tofu. And then some plant-based breakfast sausages. I couldn't find the patties this time, so I went ahead and purchased the links. You can use any kind of vegan breakfast sausage you like. I usually use the Beyond patties, but I've also used the Simple Truth organic ones as well in the past, but whatever ones you prefer, go ahead and use them. I use jalapenos, some red pepper, onions, and for seasonings I use garlic powder, turmeric, which I love, of course some nutritional yeast, pepper, and salt to taste. So to start off, we're going to prep our vegetables. I generally use about 2 jalapenos, 1 big red pepper, and 1 big onion. It can be white or red, whichever you prefer. I tend to stick to either the sweet ones or the white ones. I just prefer them in my tofu scramble. So I'm gonna chop those really finely. I like them really little, and I get made fun of by my family for it, but I don't care. While I'm cutting them up, I just put them directly into a pan, so I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it on so it gets hot, especially because the onions, I like to let them cook a decent amount of time so they get a little bit softer. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on, throw the jalapenos in there and stir on the onion, and then I will do the red pepper after that. Just look at this color palette. It's so pretty. Next up will be the sausage. So I've never used the links before. I've always used patties, and it's always generally been 1 patty per serving. So if maybe 4 servings, I use 4 patties. I don't know if they equal out to the same. So I guess we'll have to see once I get them out and start cutting them up if 4 equals the same amount. I guess let's just give it a shot and see what happens. toffee frosting. I left it in there last night and forgot to take it out. Yeah, I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for like a few seconds, like 30 seconds, and see if that helps, just to, so it's not so, We'll see how that works. I don't know if it's going to, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right, so that kind of worked. And there's still a little bit in the middle that is hard, but I think if anything, I'm gonna just start crumbling the portion that is emptied out into the pan. So we'll see what happens. If I have to, I'll just thaw the middle part once I get everything off from around it. Next up is time for the seasoning. Now this I don't have any exact measurements for because I literally just do it to taste. If you want, you can add what you think you want, give it a little try, and if you want to add more, then add more to it. But again, there's no exact science to it. It's all just based on what you prefer taste-wise. Once that's all stirred up, got the good color, I usually just let it cook for a little bit longer just to heat up the tofu and let all the flavors melt into there a little bit. And that is the final step in the process, and then I will show you how I just dole it up for 4 days. All right, now that all of that is done comes the part of splitting it up for 4 meals. I generally do a cup for each portion, and that's worked out pretty well for me. So these are just the containers I brought with me to Chicago. They're all I have right now. And honestly, they're like the perfect size for a cup's worth of food. And of course, you'll need a measuring cup. And there you go, 4 perfectly portioned breakfasts. You just pop them in the fridge, and the next morning when you're ready to eat, you just stick it in the microwave. I usually do about 2 minutes just to make sure it's really hot, and you're good to go. 1 container of tofu makes 4 breakfasts. The most expensive part just ends up being the sausage. If you buy the Beyond brand sausage, the links you'll get 8 breakfasts out of there. If you buy the patties, you'll get 6. Obviously, you can use any vegetables that you like in these. I know right now in Chicago, red peppers are hard to find. I went to the 2 stores yesterday and both of them were sold out. I literally found 1 lone red pepper just chilling in a random place and I took it. Add whatever you like. If you like mushrooms, throw them in. This is just my simple, easy, cost-effective starting out breakfast. I make this all the time. I tend to do it on Sunday nights. This week I didn't. Trust me, I regretted that really quickly this morning. My extra little tip will be if you were like me and you like a bit of spice and flavor to it, on top of everything else we already added in here. What I do add is this. So this is the Follow Your Heart brand Chipotle Veganese. In the morning after I've thrown this in the microwave, I take a little scoop on my fork, throw it in, stir it up so it coats everything, and it's just the perfect little something extra on my tofu scramble. It's also really, really good if you put it on your burgers. Not over the top spicy if you're really sensitive to it, but there's a little heat to it. that is what I make on a weekly basis for breakfast. I'm a breakfast fanatic. It is my favorite meal of the day, and I particularly love a hot breakfast. So the fact that I finally figured out a way to get a delicious hot breakfast every morning without a ton of work is pretty awesome. Thank you for watching. I really hope this was somewhat helpful. Let me know down below what you would love in your tofu scramble, or if you've tried something simple like this. So thanks for watching. I will get to work on the next one, and I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.